Okay, so now we're going to get into a subtle difference. Number 7, the quantity variance is computed only on the price variance is computed on the entire blank. So price and quantity variance, we can use a different actual quantity because the quantity variance is computed only on the quantity used. The price variance is computed on the entire quantity purchased. Quantity used and entire quantity purchased. So number 9 is very similar to the previous Glacier Peak Outfitters example that we did, but you can see that we have this added sentence here that says Glacier used 205 kilograms to make 2,000 parkas. So instead of laying out our formulas horizontally over here, we're going to break them up into quantity and price because this actual quantity is going to be different for the price variance and it'll be different for the quantity variance. So a little bit tricky, but we can handle it. Price variance, we're going to use this side of the equation, and then we'll repeat this same middle part and look at the quantity variance, and they'll be separate. And this actual quantity will actually change because they'll purchase 210 kilograms, but they will use, they're not using 210 anymore, they're only using 205 kilograms. So we're going to use 205 for quantity variance. So note that small detail. Compute the price variance based on the amount purchased. So they actually purchased 210 kilograms at a cost of $1,029. And so on total it was $1,029, but we need to find the actual price per kilogram of fiber fill. So just like what we did before, 1,029 divided by 210, sorry, 2010, 1,029 divided by 210. Oh, I did it again, sorry. Okay, we're good. $4.90. Actual quantity still 210 because that's what they purchased, the full 210, and the standard price is $5 per kilogram. So we have that $5 per kilogram. This calculation should look exactly the same as what we did before. That's okay. So we'll do 210 multiplied by $5 per kilogram, 1,050. Okay. So now when we compare these, when I subtract 1,029, subtract 1,050, it's going to be a negative number, which means I'm coming in under budget, which is a good thing. I underspent what I was expecting. I spent actual price $4.90 per kilogram when the standard was $5. So I'm coming in under budget. This is a favorable price variance. Same thing that we did previously. Okay, now this quantity variance, I'm going to use this part, actual quantity multiplied by standard price multiplied by standard quantity multiplied by standard price. Okay, got it. All right, so they're actually using 205 kilograms. So instead of buying 210, we're using 205 kilograms last month. So I'm going to use 205 as my actual quantity, which is different than what we did before. Standard price is still $5, and we'll look at that equation together. And then standard quantity is going to be the 0.1 kilograms of fiber fill multiplied by 2,000 parkas. So to get it on a total amount of kilograms that we need for all of the units, we will do 2,000 parkas multiplied by 0.1 kilograms like we did before. So for standard quantity, 2,000 parkas . 2,000 standard quantity, 200 standard quantity. Okay, so that 200 is pretty close to 205, so that does seem comparable, and standard price is going to be the same because this is a quantity variance. So we'll multiply 205 500, 205 multiplied by $5, 1,025. And then our standard price multiplied by our standard quantity was 1,000 from previously. And they should be using 200 kilograms of fiber fill. They actually use 205 kilograms, so this is going to be unfavorable. Or when I subtract 1,025, subtract 1,000, it would be 25, and it'd be unfavorable quantity variance. So a little bit different quantity variance. We're using 205 because that's what they used in production. And I believe the slides will show you this as well. Here we go. Oh. Sorry, let's go back down here. Okay. So we can see it's a separate calculation. Same thing. We have the 21 favorable, and then we have the 25 unfavorable, where we use a different actual quantity.